Welcome back to Head Kick Audio. I got another special guest for you. Look at the way this man is dressed. First, man, this guy's got style. I got Roddy Agyeman, who competes at RUF54, which is this Saturday, April 22nd, over at the Celebrity Theater in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. I'm super stoked that you're on the card. I like what the lab does. I think you guys bring the heat. I think you guys bring a very, very high level to the rough MMA cage, and you are no different. So you're taking on Neelan Markham, training at a proving ground, who's a little bit tall for the division. Okay, a little bit tall for the division. So talk to me about your camp and preparations for this tall task.
I mean, with the amount of guys and looks you get at the lab, I mean, you got somebody every size, shape, and weight, so no shortage of training partners that give me that sort of look for sure. Other than that, though, I mean, the training camp is pretty consistent. I tried to ramp it up a little bit compared to my first one, just because now I have a little experience, so I can kind of like ask some of these other guys, the Marcus McGee's and other people like that, like what tips they have for cutting the weight. You like Marcus? Marcus is the guy, isn't he?
Marcus, yeah. Okay, so I don't care who you are. If you're even not in the fight game, Marcus is just one of the most genuine people. I fucking love that man as a human being. He just happens to be a fucking stud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great person overall. And yeah, he kicks ass too. So
anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no worries. So, I mean, like I said, as far as the camp, it's, generally, just being on my P's and Q's, of course, the diet, the training and stuff, it all goes hand in hand. So having these great people around me to help motivate me and point me in the right direction makes it a lot easier, All
right. So super young in the amateur career. Are we looking to prolong this, or are we looking to go pro as soon as possible?
And I mean, I feel like it's halfway up to me, but a lot of the people around me kind of, I feel like, know when someone's ready. They've been around the block plenty of times. I mean, you see how many people come up out of there, and it's with the proper guidance from those people that'll help me make that decision when the time comes. So,
okay. All right. I feel that.
So I don't want to say it's going to be prolonged, but I can't 100% say. You never know. Just take it one at a time.
100%. And a lot of fighters really trust in their coaches, and a lot of times the coaches will let them know when they're ready. So I totally understand that. As far as getting into MMA, what's the background?
Really, so I wrestled in high school, and I had a coach who had started an MMA career, and that was my first. This is back in Kentucky, where I'm from. That was my first taste of like the atmosphere. I got to go see him fight, and it was cool. And after tournaments, we would always watch UFC. So, it was always kind of like in the realm, but it wasn't something in the forefront of my mind. I was more focused on academic stuff. And it came to a point in college where I was just realizing that a lot of the stuff that I was like trying to pursue didn't feel right to me. It felt like it was, like I was trying to force it, So I took a little step back, decided to make the move out to Arizona just to see what was out there, see if I can use any of my skill sets I have already in the workforce and make a living. And one day, a couple months after I got here, my buddy sent me a Instagram, like a post. And it was just like Benson's face up there smiling, like, come in, free trial today. I'm like, oh, that's the dude with the wings. I'm like, I got to check that out. So I just went up there and did the thing. And I was like, all right, this is it. I'm going to see where this takes me. So the rest is history, man. Just keep it trucking.
Because of Benson Henderson, my man.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. And Benson Henderson was a great champion, a great fighter, a legend. You know what I mean? Didn't care about weight, didn't care about who he was fighting. The dude was always game. So everybody loves Benson Henderson. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Even if you've had a bad experience with the guy, he's still, a pleasure to be around. You know what I mean? So I totally get that. And, I love the fact that you found a home. You know what I mean? You found a place that, you know, is helping you grow, which is something that I love to see in the amateur world, is just fighters growing every time out. That being said, how are you going to top your last win, man?
That's a good question. You know, this is a fight game, so obviously there's no guarantees, but in my mind, this shit's already happened 100 times. So there's only one thing I can say is that you're gonna have to tune in a couple of days and see what happens. But yeah, just
Great answer. Great answer. All right. Now, as far as weight classes are concerned, I know that amateurs tend to usually fight a little bit higher just to get, you know, acclimated to the fighting career. So do you think 35 is your home? Do you see yourself moving up or moving down once you make it to the professional? Where do you see yourself in the future, weight-wise?
I mean, the good thing about being around this weight is that there's so many guys around this weight. So you're never going to be in a shortage of looks, regardless if you go up to 45 or down to 25. So, I mean, I'm keeping those options open right now. I feel like 35 is the safest bet for me. I mean, amateur fighting, I'm fighting for free. I don't want to kill myself in a weight cut for, you know what I mean? So I may try to wait a little bit on the cut, but I'm also going to do a couple practice runs and see how easy getting that low would be. And then, hey, if somewhere down the future I want to put some pounds on, you know, we'll bulk it up too. You like that answer?
Well, I love that answer because, okay, so if it's not going to kill you to get to flyweight, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to see fighters dying from their weight cuts, but flyweight is my favorite division, man. I don't know if you know me, but that's my shit. Flyweight's my shit. Head kicks are my shit. So those things, exactly. They I hold them near and dear to my heart, and I'm not shy about it. You know, 35s, bantamweights are badass. Featherweights are badass. I don't have any problems with the weight classes. You can have badasses in any weight class, but flyweights are just my fucking favorite, and I'm just not gonna stop saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that speed is something else too. It's something to watch. It's a spectacle almost, because it's like there's shit happening that you didn't even see coming, and you're like, hold on, let me go back and see that sequence, because it was just so much speed involved and agility that it's hard to keep up with. Yeah, it's mesmerizing. It's cool for sure.
All right. So I want to switch gears because I got another question I'd love to get out of the way, because I mean, you're fucking killing it right now. So I have a feeling that this answer is probably going to be the best answer from this card. Okay. So on April 22nd, when the ref raises your arm and Dave Velvet announces you as the winner, I want to know how Agyeman is going to celebrate with his victory meal. Lay it on me, Roddy. What do you got?
In all honesty, and I was thinking about this before camp started, regardless of what happens, I mean, my foot's on the gas right now, so I don't really plan on getting too crazy with the cakes and the milkshakes and whatnot. Obviously, I'll dabble here and there, but I'm gonna try to keep strict on my diet and just try to you know, hopefully get something lined up in the near future too. Right after this, like I said, one at a time, but you know, you still got to be, you know, planning ahead a little bit.
But we gotta have something. Maybe it's not a cake. But you gotta have something for me. Come on.
I'm a big fettuccine Alfredo guy, so that was the first thing that's in my mind. One of those, maybe a strawberry lemonade. I usually do the carton and just try not to drink the whole thing, but that's a task in itself. So we'll see how it goes. But
okay. See, now, not the best answer so far, but I'll tell you this. I love some fettuccine Alfredo, so I can't knock it. You know what I mean?
And they take away from the guns. I like these, so I got to keep these around. You know, oh, my bad.
Hey, say some ladies for the rest of us, bro.
I mean,
I'll tell you this right now. Like I said, no problems with the fettuccine Alfredo. It's a classic. You can't go wrong there. But I feel that next time you gotta really put some serious thought into that. Maybe take, you know, a couple days off after the win and then get back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That sounds.
I think we should do that. Get through this win, line something up, and then for the next one, you give me a couple days so that we could talk about some real food. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still in that hyper focus mode, so I'm like, and it's off of that track. I'm like, oh no, right here. So But yeah, I bet after the fight, I'll probably have a better answer for you, a more realistic answer.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I can respect that. I can respect that. Now, growing up, did you play a lot of sports? Because you look like an athlete out there.
So unfortunately, I didn't play a lot of sports. I didn't start playing sports until I was maybe 11 or 12, and that was with football. And then shortly after that, maybe 2 years after I started playing football, I found wrestling. So wrestling was really my main gig. I was more, I was into like music and stuff, surprisingly. I know that seems a little different, but, I was really into like the groove of things and keeping the tempo and singing and all that good stuff. So I spent a lot of time doing that until I found wrestling, and then wrestling turned into my main love. So that was really the only sport I did growing up, but I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. I mean, come on.
Well, like I said, you look like an athlete out there. That's why I had to ask. You think it's just a natural born gift?
I'm sure it's a combination of whatever my parents did, or them, whatever they gave me, and then obviously hard work, too. I mean, a lot of stuff. It doesn't. I feel like people put too much stock into. They don't put enough stock into the hard work part. You know what I mean? They kind of chop things off as like, oh, this guy already looks like that, so it must be some advantage. And I don't think that that's always the case, because a lot of this shit comes from years of hard work. You're just seeing the finished product. You didn't see all the behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So a combination of both, if I'm being honest. But the hard work definitely prevails when it comes to that type of shit.
Well, I'm telling you this right now. I mean, you may have been a little bit less, but you probably came out the womb looking like a stud. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I gotta give it up to my man right here. I mean, he's looking good. He's gonna go get in a cage fight on Saturday. I mean, you do pretty well. You do pretty well. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
All right. So I mean, shit. Not a lot of athletics growing up. You were into the music, so I don't even know if I could pull that out. What could I grab? I'll grab one of these real quick. So I did. Oh, I can't even pull that off. God damn. What else do I got? So you a music guy? Well, I'm a music guy too. I play in a band, and I think I'm just gonna fucking make a mess.
Pull everything off the wall.
See, so I did a little something. You know what I mean? So that's the good looking guy right there. Yeah, that's me. Okay.
I hear you.
So we did a couple albums. We got some work in. We played I was trying to yank one of these posters off the wall. We played a few big shows and did like some touring and stuff. So I was a music man, so I could definitely appreciate that. So what kind of music gets you in the groove, my man?
Man, I mean, as you can see, since last year, I've extended my nervous system a little bit up top, and it's just been catching these groovy, like Rick James, Warren G vibes lately. That's really as of late, anyway. But as far as overall, like, I'm a pretty general music listener. I delve most of my listening is with the mainstream, of course, because that's the most you can talk about with everybody. Everybody listens to that, right? But I mean, of course, my underground, hip hop and music that I listen to as well, R&B. I'm more of like I like the singing. You know what I mean? If you ever see me on the highway driving up to the gym in the morning, it's probably me singing Luther Vandross or something like that.
All right, so I need you to give me some homework, right? Let me find something to write on here that's not like super important. Let's see. Okay, that's not super important. Now I got a pen right here. All right, so give me an underground artist that I should listen to.
That you should listen to.
Yeah, because I'm a pretty open-minded when it comes to music. I just hate country.
To each their own, I don't hate it, but it's not my first choice, so
Okay.
I can feel you there a little bit. Let's see. That's the thing. I feel like I'm gonna say somebody that you probably know.
Try me.
Or that you've heard of. When I was younger, I used to listen to like Hobson. You heard of Hobson?
Nope. Okay, so Hopsin.
Yes.
Okay.
He's it's like an aggressive kind of rap, I would say. Lyrical too. And he's got some like funny kind of stuff too. You know. Oh man, you're getting all personal on me now. I'm like,
That's good though. That's good. That's good. So would you say is it like Tyler the Creator silly, or
maybe not on that level. More just like, oh, digging balls and a frog and just random shit. But it's like at a hardcore pace, so you don't really like have the time to laugh. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, digging balls in a frog. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna listen to it before weigh-ins, because I'm gonna be there on Friday. I'm gonna listen to it before weigh-ins. I'm gonna let you know what I think. And I'm a critical man, so you're gonna get the realest answer you can from me. Either I like it, or man, that was dog shit. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, this is music I listened to 10 years ago. I've been more on the mainstream wave as of late. So, but yeah, feel free to judge 15-year-old me all you want.
Well, okay. So one thing I will say is I can't judge 15-year-old you. I'm just judging the 15-year-old taste. Because trust me, if we was 15-year-olds again right now, we would be off in our own little worlds, not doing what we're doing now. You know what I mean? So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. And like I said, I am going to be there at weigh-ins. I look forward to commentating on your fight. And well, we're going to work on that post-fight victory meal. Like I said, next time we're going to have a really, really, really solid answer that's going to blow everyone's socks off, much like your outfit. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're gonna do better on that next time. But I do look forward to watching you compete. I like to see how you're going to deal with Nealon, because he's very tall. He's a great striker. He's very aggressive. But I know the lab guys come prepared. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this fight plays out. I like your aggression. I like your striking. Like I said, very athletic. That's the beautiful thing about this card, is the matchmaking is like, how do we have the most fight of the nights? You know what I mean? That's like how this card was put together. It's like, maybe it doesn't have the most star power, but I'm telling you right now, all of you guys on this card are stars in the fucking making. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about this card. You don't hear too much about these regional shows, and like, maybe the main event, we got Bobby Moffett, guy's a stud, has done everything under the sun, but you don't have the opportunity to have guys like, the Agymans or the Buyers or the Moreros. You know what I mean? You don't have these guys that are getting a lot of publicity, which sucks because you guys are all fucking awesome. So love the way this card was put together. It's going to have a lot of shine come Saturday night. I'll tell you that.
I agree. I think platforms like Head Kick Audio also help, get our names out there. Well, and it makes it a lot easier just for people to know who we are. Like I said, you could tell when you got a little personal, I got a little nervous, you know what I mean? But that's just because I know I'm talking to everybody now, you know what I mean? So it's cool to let people know who I am and like see like a true side of me other than just like the guy who's in the cage.
Well, because we're not. We're all human. You know what I mean? We're just humans with more balls than other people. You know what I mean? To be quite frank, I mean, I know of like people who have gone and fought for our country that still would not get in a cage and fight another person because they'd say, why the fuck would you do that? And we're wired differently. We would, and we do. And you know what I mean? It is what it is. So, I love what I do. I love interviewing the up and coming guys, the amateurs that are, building, the next stage of their careers. I absolutely fucking love what I do. When I was fighting, there wasn't this shit around. So I'm going to continue to do it until the wheels fall off or till amateurs say, you know what, Head Kick, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to do it. So, plus it gives you guys a platform. You're here today, tomorrow you're on ESPN. So think of it that way. I'm helping you guys get prepared for when people are shoving microphones in your face, cameras in your face, because the eventuality is certain. You know what I mean? You guys are all going to get there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the only way to look at it.
Might as well get the practice in now,
Absolutely. And I didn't mean to make you nervous,
No,
but
good.
I'm gonna check it out right there. Look, it's right there. Hobson.
Oh, yeah.
Hobson.
All right, man. That's funny.
All right, bro. I'm going to have you on the show again because you're going to fight again, and you've been an absolute pleasure. One of my favorites so far, not just, for the visual, but also, I think we connected in a certain type of way that I think, everybody watching this is going to feel. So definitely appreciate that. But obviously, before I let you go, is there anybody you would like to thank?
Of course, I would like to thank, first and foremost, parents. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, right? And then second to that, obviously with God and family coming first, John Crouch, man, is really like, at a point in time when I first got here, it's almost like he saw something more in me than I saw in myself. He helped me believe in myself, and you can never be too grateful for that. How do I repay him for that? Because I mean, man, before I got here, I was not in the best headspace. Finding this and meeting that guy and all these great people at the lab really changed and morphed me into a completely different person than I may have become otherwise. So big kudos to the lab and John Crouch, especially. All the love in the world for those people, man. Everyone else, y'all are cool too, but yeah.
All right, you got any training partners or sponsors you'd like to shout?
No sponsors, but training partners. I mean, everybody. I don't even want to say names because I know I'm gonna forget one. They're like, hey, what about me? But everybody, man. Like Abdul, that's my boy. Ezra's my boy. Anthony, both Anthony's, those are my boys. Anho, that's my boy. Everybody at the lab, dude. Obviously I mentioned most people around my weight class, but even the higher up guys, Mike Hamels, Bryce Meredith, he's in 35-2. That's my guy. Jared Cannonier is my guy. Elias, he's my guy. Like, everybody's cool as hell there, man. So everybody, all of them, just being around that is good enough for me. We don't even have to spar together. Just being able to conversate with you outside of this, that's cool to me.
Right. It's pretty dope. And you get like so many different types of personalities out there too, because they're not just, different fighters inside the cage. They're also different fighters outside the cage. And I love the personalities like Mike. You know what I mean? Well, dude's a fucking animal inside and outside the cage. You know what I mean? You never know what he's gonna do next. Absolutely love that guy. And then you got the guys that, had already paved the way and been there and done that and are just cool, level-headed, and are able to bring you that experience like the Benson Hendersons. You know what I mean? Those guys already have it in the bag, so they're literally just sprinkling it out in front of you, letting you soak it all up. So I think the lab is doing a really good job with their amateur fighters on their team. They're building them up the right way. So really, like, lab's a good place for sure. I'm not knocking any other gyms because I love a lot of other gyms. I'm not saying that I don't, but I'm saying I see why you're there.
And I just got lucky to even I guess call it luck, but like to find this place and to be able to make it my home without having to like hop around and all this. And like, that's a blessing in itself. That's how I knew like these people are like, there's something special about these people here. So let's all be special together. I want to be special with y'all,
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Okay. Where can they find you on social media?
Social media, Karate Roddy on Instagram. And then Facebook is just my name, Roderick Agyeman. And I have a TikTok too. I think it's Roderick _Agyeman. So Instagram's really where I communicate with most people. So Karate Roddy, it's pretty simple, karate and then Roddy. But
It's going to be up here on the whole thing. So yeah, we'll get it right there. All right. And then, of course, you have a fighter code so that when people are purchasing their pay-per-views or getting their tickets online, you get some of that cha-ching. So what is your fighter code, man?
My fighter code is Agyeman. That's my last name. It's Agyeman. And yes, I would greatly appreciate it if when you check out for your tickets, add my code in there. That'll help me a lot.
100%. And now I got to point something out. My man's finishes dudes. My man's looks good. My man sounds good. I don't understand why y'all ain't flowering this guy with sponsorships. It's ridiculous. So if you or someone you know would like to support this man, holler at him on Instagram and sign your boy up.
Yeah, hey, first things first, check me out on Saturday so you can make sure it's worth it. And I'll show you it's worth it.
Yeah,
Join
it's going to be
me.
worth it, man. It's going to be worth it. All right. Again, Roddy competes at RUF54, April 22nd at the Celebrity Theater in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. That is this Saturday. Get your tickets, get your pay-per-views, and let's go. Before I get you out of here, is there anything you would like to get out into the universe?
Man, just always be real to the people around you. That's going to get you the first in life, and you move a lot further with people. You move fast alone, but you go further with people. So enjoy those people around you, embrace them. You never know when something could happen. So just be thankful for every moment you have.
I 100% co-sign on that. It's been a pleasure to have you. Until next time.